All right, guys, I need your help. For the last decade and a half, I've been playing this 3-wood, and it's probably gonna shock you, but there it is. The Callaway X-Hot 3-wood. This is 15 degrees. It has an interesting sound to it, and I hit it really well about 90% of the time, but that other 10% of the time, anything could go wrong. I could top it, I could pull hook it, I could do a number of different things. It's time for me to finally replace this guy. So last night on the channel, I put out a poll to the audience. I'm gonna check the results right here on my phone. The top 3 I'm going to test today. So right after I record this part of the video, I'm heading over to Edwin Watts here in North Tampa to check these 3-woods out. We had 171 votes come in overnight, and here are the results. The Sim 2 series got 30% of the votes. The Ping G425 got 40% of the votes. And the Mizuno STZ just narrowly edged out the Cobra Rad Speed, gaining 13% of the votes. Those are going to be our top 3 choices. And I'm going to go over there right now and demo these. And I'm going to literally bring my credit card and I'm paying for one of these. I'm taking this out of my bag today and you're going to watch me do it. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm heading in. It's showtime. Got to mask up in here. We're walking out with a new 3-wood. I am here to buy a new 3-wood. Ping G425, Sim 2, or a new Mizuno STZ. Have you tried any of them?
Ping would be my first
That's
choice.
your first choice?
I like the shape of the I've always liked the shape of the Callaway fairways though.
Yeah?
They have a little shallower face.
All right, first up I've got my X-Hot. We're gonna establish the baseline with this, and we'll see which one can do better. It's always so important to bring your own club to a fitting or to a demo session. So here's exactly a perfect example of what one of my 3-woods looks like. It carried out there somewhere in the, let's see, 199 range, so 200 rolled out to like 220 would be kind of max for me. There's another one. This one's better looking shot shape there, right down the line. As you can see, the distance, nothing to really write home about. 199 carry again, 223 roll out. There's one that's just a little bit left of center. Not too bad, but again, I think you're seeing a trend here in terms of my carry and rollout and all that. So 193, 222 there. There's one that has a little bit more of a fade swing on it. And again, almost hit the other ball. Pretty much exactly know what this one's gonna do, guys. There's a miss hit there just to show you what a miss hit looks like. And that one's low, kind of swipey. You're gonna get that roll out here on a simulator. In real life, I'm not so sure. Give one more good measure here. That's a little bit better. Again, could almost draw a little 1-yard circle around those 3 balls. They're all right within a few yards of each other. So there we go. I think we got enough good ones there to figure out what my baseline is. Looks like I've got about 221 worth of rollout or so. First up is going to be the Ping G425. This is 14.5, and it's set at its stated loft. So at 14.5, I assume it's going to be just slightly stronger. It should be a couple more yards there just because of that, but we'll see for sure. Let's do it. Now, if you saw either my driver or my iron review of the G425s, you know these are very forgiving. That one was a really good start to the session there. I really liked that trajectory. It was rising, 209, so about 10 yards further, it rolled out to 232. So I'm getting about 10 yards right there with that swing. Here's another one. Very consistent, I found this club to be. This one went a little bit further even, almost touched 240 there. We got out to 239. Again, that carries quite a bit longer, 15 yards longer than my current 3-wood. This one right down the line, painting the line. Love to see that. Again, this one rolling out to 236. I think you're seeing a trend here, guys. This one's definitely a better club for me. Now that's a very bad swing. Still, pretty good result, rolled down to 229. Definitely my swing speed feels faster. I think it has to do with the weighting of this particular club. And the other thing I would say is it's pretty forgiving. As you saw, I just hit one really low on the face. It still rolled out really well. If I were to do that with my other club, it would not look so nice, let me tell you. Take a couple more shots with this one. So I'm making a little bit of an adjustment here, and I just moved that ball back a tad in my stance. And you can see this got even more consistent. Really like that trajectory there. kind of a baby draw. Still a little right of target, but I like that, and I love the result. 220 yards carry, 242 rollout. That was very nice. Here's one more for good measure. And as you can see, very similar result there. Love the consistency I'm getting out of this club. Now those last two, I just moved the ball back in my stance just ever so slightly and picked up a couple extra yards, and I like the shot shape a little bit better. Next up, we're gonna try out the SIM 2. Now, this is at 15 degrees like mine, and we've got a Ventus stiff shaft. This is a Fujikura Ventus. It's stiff, mid-trajectory. This would match what I've got with the SIM 2 currently as my driver. Let's see how this one performs. So I gotta say here, guys, this is the one I was most looking forward to because I'd really love to have a matching set of clubs. I have such a hodgepodge of a bag. That first one, though, did not look all that great. Did get a good result in terms of rollout, but 214 carry, rolled out to about 242 it looked like. This one's a little bit better, although it's fading on me. I do like the peak height there, but again, just not exactly what I'm looking for in terms of feel, okay? Now that one was a pretty good shot. That's probably my best shot of them all. And I really thought that was gonna go a little bit further, but it kind of came up shorter than I thought it would there at 207 with a 227 rollout. We'll give it one more just to make sure of what we're working with here. Again, I do like that shot shape a little bit better, but again, just coming up a little bit short of what I would think that this would do compared to the driver I bought. All right, so intriguingly, same club's head speed, same distance, same carry, same roll basically. Just the SIM 2 is just not quite as accurate. So next up on our list, on our top 3 from the vote getters of the audience is going to be the STZ. We're going to see how this does. We know that this was my favorite driver of the year, right alongside the SIM 2. That was could have gone either way there. I'm really excited to try the fairway wood here. Let's see how this one performs. This is going to be 15 degree. I've got the Fujikura 7S, so 7 stiff in the 70s, somewhere in the 70s. Wonder why they don't just tell you exactly what it is. All right, so once again, expecting big things out of the STZ, judging by how much I like the driver. This first swing there, pretty similar to a lot of these. I seem to be pushing it a little bit right today. Pretty good 212, and it rolled out to 231. Now things started to go downhill with that swing, and I don't know if it was the weighting or what, but that was really low. Didn't quite get off the ground. It only went 118 yards and supposedly rolled out, but you know, that's a simulator for you. Here's another one, which again, not a great result. I'm not really sure why I can't swing this club so well, but again, not liking that. Here's another one, again, low off the face. This one's sort of fading, really ugly, guys. Sometimes it's just a certain club suits you and there's really no other explanation, but this one seems to not suit me. Now here's finally kind of a decent one, hooking a little bit there, but at least it got up in the air for once. And again, the result is pretty fair. Definitely not any better than my current 3-wood. We'll take a couple more swings here because we can't leave on those really bad ones. This one is a pretty good swing, finally got up in the air. It's looking better, but still nothing really to write home about. We rolled out to 229, 208 carry. A little bit further than my current, but the result just not amazing. This is the best one I've got in me. Okay, as good as I've got in me right there. All right, time to break down the stats here. As you see, I'm sweating. Just took about 40 whacks in a row. Just played half a round of golf in about 10 minutes. All right, let's look at these things now. We're gonna knock out one of the Mizunos here that again was really poor. We knocked a few of them out, so this is about as good as it's gonna get. Swing speed, as you can see, I just could not get this club going. I don't know what it is. My swing speed with the Mizuno, 91.3. Pretty similar to my X-Hot at 93.5, but a big jump up here when we get to the Ping. Swing speed at 97.1, and the SIM 2, 96.9. These were really, really similar. So I think we can narrow it down right away to either the Ping or the SIM 2. Now in terms of carry, again, very similar. 208 to 209 with the SIM 2, 208 with the Ping, and the rollout, 232 with the Ping, and 232 with the SIM 2. So very, very similar in terms of stats. I mean, really, it's a coin toss, I would say. The difference for me is coming down to the fact that I was much more accurate and consistent with the Ping G425. Very similar to the G425 driver, Ping has done a really good job here in terms of the forgiveness factor. Also liked it with the G425 irons, in fact, as well. With the Sim 2 driver, I was going much further, but here, again, it's a coin flip. All right, so I think we're in Ping world here. Now we've got two models of the Ping. I'm gonna narrow it down further. Now we're gonna try out the LST. We just tried the Ping G425 Max. This is the LST version. This has a slightly different shaft on it. We're talking 75 degrees and stiff. The other one had 65 gram regular. So we'll test these two out. That trajectory is lower than I like right there. As you can see, it's not quite carrying as far either. This is a much lower spinner, which maybe it means it's not getting up in the air. That could totally be it. But the other one there, that shot as well, not quite getting up off the ground. I think you're seeing a trend here. We're not hitting those 240 numbers. We're certainly not getting those carry numbers. We're getting more rollout, but it's a much lower worm burner looking shot. This one, that one's drawn, so a little bit better shot shape there. Again, 202 carry. We're just not getting it out there far enough. I don't think it's going high enough. Get behind it on that one a little bit. Still a very forgiving club. Look at the dispersion. Great dispersion. We're gonna break it down here. Take a look at these stats. So we have the LST, again, 75 gram stiff shaft. So we've got two variables here. We've got stiff and we've got the slightly different model in the LST. I was launching that one pretty low on average. In general, stiff is definitely not the way to go for me. 90.1, regular 97.1 in terms of club head speed. That's a huge difference. 135 leaving the club face versus 130. And that's translating into about 5 yards worth more of distance with the 65 gram on the regular Ping G425 Max. All right, I'm gonna throw a ringer in the mix here because I couldn't come all the way here and not test out one of my favorite brands, which is Callaway. This is their Epic Speed. I've played an Epic driver for quite some time, as you know. The Epic Speed driver I didn't love this year, but we gotta give the 3-wood a shot here. So this is my ringer pick that we're throwing in the mix. We've got a hazardous 60 gram mid-spin shaft on here. This is the Smoke. Let's have some fun. Never want to have buyer's remorse, right? So I should be pretty grooved in here. I've taken a number of swings today, and as you can see, the first one right off the rip, that's a pretty good looking shot. A little higher than the others, it looks like. Some good carry, and yep, 204, and roll down to like 227. This one's a little bit lower, but still right down the line there. Gotta be liking that. And let's see, we're gonna roll out there to 226. All right, so not quite as good as we're doing with the Ping G425 Max. That's a very good looking shot. That is a great trajectory, great height, great flight, and that's about the best I can do, I think there. 209, carry it, roll down to 231. This one pulled a little bit, but still not a horrible result. All right, I think we can break this one down now too. What I liked about the Epic, it seemed to be very consistent in terms of, I kept getting that same shot shape, same peak height. If I did mishit it, it was not as good as mishitting when I mishit with the Ping, so maybe not quite as forgiving there, but very consistent club. Let's break down the actual stats here. We're looking at, again, it felt this way in my hands too, and I don't think it's fatigue. It could be, but I don't think it is. The weighting on the Ping G425 Max is just a little bit different. It's promoting a faster swing, and as you can see, my swing speed a little bit down here. 93.6 with the Epic. Good spin numbers there, carrying to 201 and rolling out to 225. Even if we knock out this shot, which is pretty poor, we're still not where we're at with the Ping G425, so it's a pretty clear winner here for me, guys. We're going with the G425 Max. It's time to check out. I pick one of these beauties right off the shelf. Regular. That's the one. That's the one that's coming home with me.
This week not.
I own a new club. It's my first Ping other than a putter that I've ever bought. Yep.
Good club.
Yeah.
Play a lot of their stuff.
Forgiving. All right, I own it. It's coming home with me. And what else is coming with me is the Mizuno STZ. As you know, that was my favorite driver of my driver picks. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But tomorrow I'm gonna go take the STZ on course. That video will be up next. So if you wanna see the Mizuno STZ driver on course, thanks to Edwin Watts, we're gonna take it out and check it out. I'll see you next time on Let's Play Through.